fan kicks, and I thought I'd go out with a bang and give you a special treat that you will like. And that is 3-minute ab-focused workout for your fan kicks. So I'm going to be doing a couple of moves, and let me start by giving you variations. And so let me start out by showing you the different moves that we're going to do. And for each of these moves, I'm going to give you some different variations. So you can pick the one that feels easy for a little while, right? Because 3 minutes, we are in the endurance range. You should pick the variation that feels easy to you. So the first thing that we're going to do is working towards just the fan kick shape. So for this, you can be on your hands. It's going to be a little bit harder. You can be on your elbows. It's going to be a little bit less challenging. Or you can be on your back, which is going to be the least taxing. And especially if your neck is starting to get tired, I would come down onto your back. With your legs, you have some options here. So option 1, keep both feet on the ground. Come up onto the balls of your feet, and you're going to have one leg at a time. Come down to the side and back up. Down to the side and back up. If that feels pretty good, you can have both legs come down to the side, open to a butterfly, close your butterfly. If those feel good, you can work on extending one leg, bringing it up, butterfly, extend the other leg, bring it up, and finding this mermaid position. If that feels good, you can do both legs straight, one leg and then the other, or you can work on doing both legs together, rolling over your pelvis, or if that's easy, squeeze your legs together, knees, ankles, and toes, coming up and over together. So picking one that feels pretty easy, because we're going to do those for a minute. So do not, as you're taking your notes and figuring out what you're going to do not pick one that already feels challenging. The next one that we're going to do is we're going to work on lifting our legs. So option 1, feet start on the ground. You can use your hands. If you're wearing pants, you can actually grab onto your pants to give you a little bit of help. One leg comes up, and then the other. If that feels easy, you can start to hover the back leg. If that feels easy, you can have one leg at a time straight. You can also do it this direction. Totally up to you. Again, pick one that feels easy. If all those feel good, you can do straight legs. And for this, even if you were up on your hands for the previous one, I recommend being down on your back for a little bit more support. Again, we're doing those for a minute. So pick one that feels easy to start with, right? And then for our third one, so this exercise is really about finding your thoracic rotation, well, lumbar rotation as well. They're both kind of involved there. The next one is about finding your low abs. And the third one is actually going to be a back exercise. So if you can't sit like this with your legs open and sit with your shoulders over your hips and have this feel like a resting position, bring your butt up. So grab a folded up blanket, grab a yoga block, something to lift your butt so that you have a wider angle between your tummy and thighs. And from here, we're going to, again, have a couple options. So option 1, hands on the ground, or they can be on a yoga mat. Lengthening through the spine, coming a little bit forward and a little bit back, right? So it might feel like a little bit of a stretch. It shouldn't feel like an intense stretch. My focus that I want you to focus on is thinking about reaching up to the ceiling with your back and using the strength of your back to come back and forth. And you can use your hands a little bit. If that feels easy, hands on your hips. If that feels easy, hands on your head. Well, I mean, you want the one that feels easy. If that feels easy, hands overhead. If that feels easy, add some weights. And if that last one feels easy, probably you are already working on contortion, so feel free to add in other options as you see fit. So we're going to do each exercise for a minute, starting with those legs side to side, your variation of choice. Then we're going to go to our leg kicks, variation of choice, and finally that back exercise, variation of choice. I'm actually going to set my timer for a minute so we can have a little bit of a break between it. So we're going to kick it off with pancakes. 4 minutes. Feel free to take time. If you get 3 repetitions in and you're nice and slow and methodical about it, I don't care. This is an endurance exercise. All right, here we go. So finding your option, breathing, focusing on the feeling of your legs moving in your hip sockets, right? And then your hips themselves moving. So you'll roll over your tailbone a little bit. If you have any sort of tailbone problems, about halfway there, feel free to stick a pillow under your butt, a cushion. If your neck is getting tired, come down onto your back. If your hip creases are starting to get tired, you can bend your legs, take it down a notch. So make sure you're breathing, make sure you're not gritting your teeth. We've only got about 15 seconds left. You're doing great. And think about how beautiful and effortless you'll feel on the pole. So strong, so powerful. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're gonna come down onto our back. So again, picking the variation of the leg switches that make sense for you. Always feeling free to go down in difficulty. So here we go. 1 minute, starting now. Picking your leg switch choice. Feel free to use your hands on the fabric of your pants to give you a little bit of additional support. If your legs are straight, really try to keep them all the way straight. You can put your hands on your thigh and see if you can feel the muscle under your hand. Getting all big and beefy. I mean, a bodyweight exercise like this, you're not going to see a ton of hypertrophy, especially with this endurance work, but you'll feel stronger. We're about halfway there. If you need more work and you're doing this variation, you can resist against yourself with your hands. You can also make any of the moves more challenging by not letting your knee come past your hip as it comes forward. Wherever you are, supporting the spine, breathing nice and deep, smiling if you like. And we're almost there, just about 5 seconds left. You've got this. You're gonna be so strong on the pole. 2, and 1. All right. Time for our final one, our back exercise. Feel free to grab a yoga block. You can also do this on the side of a couch with your legs forward, down at an angle. And if you're doing that, I would have something to support your hands so you don't feel like you're gonna tip forward. So maybe a coffee table would be a good option for this, just to give yourself, a feeling of security. So, whatever variation you are picking, if you're doing the weight variation, make sure you grab weights. Let's go, 1 minute. We're almost all the way done. This is the very last thing. Hopefully you're feeling dewy. You're noticing the strength. You're noticing your endurance. If you're getting super tired during this and you're like, I can't do anymore, take a little break. That's fine. This is an extremely challenging set of exercises, especially if you've picked a variation that's really pushing you. So again, we're working on endurance. We're working for how long we can do these things. And if you're getting to the edge of where you can do something, great, good job. You're gonna improve your endurance. All right, we're over halfway there. Check in with your variation, see if you wanna take it down a notch. As you start to warm up, you may be able to go a little bit deeper. Don't go so deep that you can't come back up under your own power. This is for strength. We're almost there, we got 5 seconds. You can do 5 more seconds. For 3, 2, and 1. That is it, excellent work. So feel free to add these into your conditioning. If this felt pretty straightforward to you, maybe even into your warm-up, give them a shot. Let me know how they feel. And always feel free to reach out with any questions or comments. I am happy to talk about pole conditioning with y'all anytime. All right, so I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye.